Welcome to the J Files. I'm your host, Jaden Cornelious. For thousands and thousands of years, stories of the supernatural, of the spirit realm, of shape-shifting, of extraterrestrials, of ghosts, of haunted places, and of communication with the dead, us humans have found completely fascinating. Most people, whether believers or skeptics, find the experiences of the things that go bump in the night completely and utterly captivating. But the age-old question lies whether the alleged paranormal event that witnesses have claimed to experience are real. Now, I don't doubt that many people believe what they had experienced is a paranormal event. Really is what you believe to be real, right? I hope you enjoy this show. Please subscribe, please share, and please comment. And if you have had a paranormal experience and you wish to be on the show, please get in touch. Enjoy the show.
Hello, this is Lauren Lovejoy, and this is my paranormal experience. So basically, when I was 4, which was actually very young, I remember on Christmas Eve, I was actually in Leeds, and it was probably one of the last times I actually saw my father. And we were in Leeds and celebrating Christmas. And on the way back, we travelled back home, and I remember we got home, it was about 2:30 a.m. It was really, really late. And I got obviously put to bed in my cot. I remember it was like a proper crib cot with, you know, like the little bar things. And I heard this like crazy noise coming from outside, and obviously I'd never ever seen anything like this as 4, so obviously I was brought up with like just cartoons and things. And I just remember like from my crib, little crib, opening the curtain and seeing like this massive light coming from the sky, and all I could see was like this, it was almost like a sphere with massive lights coming down, and it became so close, and it literally lit up the whole garden. And I was absolutely petrified, but I didn't know what to do, and I'd never got out of my crib. And I basically tried to climb out, and I managed to get through the door, walk to the other room, open the door, and everything seemed quiet, and I was scared. I went back, got back into my crib, and then the door just creaked open. And this is where it sounds crazy and hilarious, and this is where people will laugh, but I saw a character in front of me of a man, and he was actually dressed up as Postman Pat, literally, and he just got his hand and he was like, "Come here." So the UFO was outside, and this guy was stood dressed up in front of me as Postman Pat. I know it sounds funny, and I refused to. I was petrified, and I said no. He stood there for a few moments and disappeared, and about 10 minutes later, the UFO, which I realise now was a UFO, just literally vanished and disappeared. And a few years later, well, I kept writing my story down from when I was 4, but recently, because I always remembered what had happened, I started Googling on the internet about these things and why I see cartoon characters and UFO outside, and I'd never even known about this. And apparently a few people had said that they'd also experienced certain same situations, and apparently they dress up as cartoon characters in order to get you to trust them, to make you feel comfortable, in order to actually go ahead with them. But they don't actually take you, they actually ask you if you want to go, and if you say no, clearly they don't actually take you, but it's a thing to make you feel comfortable, if that makes sense. So yeah, anyway, I didn't go, I was petrified, and I chose not to go, but he never actually forced me to go. He just gave me the opportunity, dressed up as a flipping cartoon character from a TV show. But yes, I decided obviously not to go, which I'm glad about. But I was just intrigued by what had happened, and I decided to write about it since then, to the extent where even in school when I was writing about it, teachers were actually talking to my mother and saying, how does she know about such objects and such things at the age of 4? But yeah, I've always written about it, and that's all that happened, and yeah, I've just remembered it all my life. So yeah, I know it's short, there's nothing else to say, but that is my story.